What is it you got now?
Open faced roast beef sandwich.
With deviled eggs and spiced apples. That looks good. Mine is silver dollar cakes and sausage and gravy, and then a whole plate of food. They had a sampler and I couldn't say no. I wanted to try all of the things. Holy cow. Oh, I mean, I knew.
We were walking into a lot of food.
Yeah. And I mean, I ordered the sampler.
Yeah.
And I knew.
Mm-hmm.
It was delicious. That was really good. Hello, everyone. Welcome to whatever day it is.
Thursday.
Thursday. That's the day.
Mailed the painting. And I wanted to get some produce, so we came over to the State Farmers Market. Yep. And we were like, let's just eat here, because there's 2 restaurants. So we picked the one on the hill. And it's a meat and 3.
Yeah.
Sort of. There's other stuff, too.
Yeah.
But it was very, very good. And they do seasonal things. Like, they have a seasonal dessert, and right now peaches are in season, so it was a peach cobbler.
Yeah.
And they were sold out of it, but they had a biscuit pudding, like a bread pudding, but it was biscuits. Oh, it was like eating the center of a cinnamon roll. It was very good.
I'm really full.
I'm very full, too.
I'm really full. I did not eat all of my food, because I'm no longer in my 20s, and that was an astounding amount of food. But I did pretty good. I ate way more than I thought I would, but it was just really, really good. But yeah, I was not expecting them to bring out a basket of biscuits and hush puppies when we first arrived, and I was not expecting them to give us complimentary bread pudding. And I started the meal with eating a biscuit and a hush puppy, and I was thinking, oh, this is a bad start, oh no. And then they brought out all that food.
So
it was very good.
Let's get some produce and move around.
Okay. We gotta come back at some point.
Yeah.
Because the sign requested it. It said, y'all come back, so we will. We'll do our best. Oh my God, I'm so full.
You shake? Good shake. Have some treat.
Oh, we like treats. And we need treats because we've had an interesting afternoon. So anyway, we went to the farmer's market. We went to the restaurant, which was great, and also it took me a long time to recover from that meal because it was a lot of food. Then we went to the farmer's market. We picked up a few things. We picked up some tomatoes and some peaches, because Mao has been making her own jam. She really likes to do that. She gets to control a little bit more about what's in it, and like sugar levels and all that.
I also picked up this.
Also some basil. A lot of basil. So anyway, picked up some peaches, came home. When we got home, we brought the groceries in. We had got the peaches in a bag while we were there. They were in a little bin, and we had the bin in a bag. We brought it in, and Mao undid the bag, and a bee came out. And at the time, we didn't know what it was. It was just a large flying object came out, and we were like, oh, no.
It rose up out of this bag, like, bzzz, and then it went straight for the glass.
So it was a big one, and, my first reaction was like, oh, there is a large something. I'm going to get the electric racket. Of course, it got Kepler's attention, so Kepler went after it. And Kepler pounced on it, and no sooner had he pounced on it than he was like, oh, I don't like this, and then jumped back. So I got the racket, I got up to it, and then when I got close, I realized it was a bee, and I felt bad about killing a bee. So it's like,
It was not a wasp.
It wasn't a wasp. It was definitely not a wasp. It was a bumblebee. And I was like, all right, well, let me try and get the door open. So I managed to do that. I managed to get the back door open, and I got the bee out of the house. That was good. But then I was like, did it sting Kepler? Did Kepler get stung by a bee? And, I was looking at his paw, and I couldn't see anything on his paw that would indicate that he had gotten stung, but he was licking it a lot. There's like a very specific spot on his paw that he just kept licking and licking and licking, and I was like, I think he may have gotten stung. So then I looked it up, and I was like, what should I know about bees stinging cats? And it's pretty similar to humans, actually. Some cats are allergic to bee stings, just like humans are. So it can lead to anaphylactic shock. It can be very dangerous, but just like some humans, it's some cats. So most cats should be fine. And there's a bunch of warning signs, which again are pretty similar to humans. So they said, just keep an eye on him. So I did. I sat here on the couch with him for a good bit just to make sure that he was all right and that he didn't exhibit any of the signs. And he didn't. He kept cleaning that paw, but then he'd, leave it alone, and then he'd eventually go back to it. And now it's been a few hours, and he seems fine. And he's now left his paw alone. I just feel bad because, it seems like, maybe the bee got him. If the bee didn't get him, then my suspicion is that when
the texture of it freaked him out.
Yeah, when he pounced on it, it probably was buzzing and freaked out Kepler.
It was a big bumblebee.
It was.
Huge.
It was really, really big, like the size of a quarter or something. So it was a big boy. So it either scared him or it did sting him, but it doesn't seem to be bothering him now, and it's been a few hours, so I think he's going to be just fine. But yeah, it's a little nerve-wracking because, how do you know if your pet is allergic to a bee? You don't. The only real way to know that, I guess, is if they get stung and they have a reaction, then you know. And I guess the solace is that, the odds are that they're not allergic. But, you don't know until they get stung. And it seems like Kep is just fine. So we're happy about that, aren't we? Yeah. Well, try not to bring any more bees in the house. That was a weird situation to open the bag and be like, doo-doo-doo. What'd you get at the farmer's market? Well, we got a little bushel of peaches and, a bee.
You good boy? Hey, buddy. Hey, pal. Oh, he's a good boy. Yeah. You had a rough afternoon, didn't you? You did. A mean old bumblebee got you.
Although, again, to clarify, it got him because Kepler pounced on it, which, kind of probably a fair trade. Anyway, Kep's feeling better now. I'm also feeling better, too, after having eaten a ridiculous amount of food earlier. I think I finally recovered from that experience. My problem is that when I go to, anywhere, but especially breakfast places and Mexican places, I love to get the sampler, man. I love to get the sampler. And I do that a lot if it's the first time I'm going somewhere. And if I don't need it all, I don't ever order that again. But the first time I go somewhere, I'm like, ooh, sampler. And I got to say that this place, the Farmer's Market restaurant, that might have been the most food maybe I've ever had as part of a breakfast sampler. That was a lot of food. And I will not order it again. But I will go back to order something different. It was really good. It was really good. I was full for a very long time. That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Let's meet back tomorrow, shall we?